What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to LFG. Today we're going to be doing a video here in Eternal Card Game. We're going to be bringing back the Road to Master series. This one's going to be Diamond 3. So the deck I'm using, or I've been using since Gold 3 actually, is the Fell Midrange deck I threw together. So this is the history for the last for all 15 games I've played with it so far. And we're 12-3 with it. So I'll go over the deck really quickly. I'll try to go over the deck really quickly, and then we'll jump into some games. Hopefully we get to Diamond 2 by the end of it, but if not, then we'll stop at 4 or 5 games. So we top off at 5 power. That was a key thing for us. For as good as Black Sky Harbinger is, we didn't want to go that high, so we're running 1 Island's Intervention. It seems weird here because I'm not running any Yeti, but the way I look at it with this card is it counters Slay, it counters Devastating Setback, it counters a few cards like that see a lot of play right now. It pops the Aegis on Icaria, it kills Enforcer, it kills the 2/3 lifesteal that pumps your units with 2 battle skills or more. It hits a lot of stuff like that with the 3 damage to a unit with flying. So it's the first 2 abilities that we're going to be using on this card, and it's only a one-off in here. You could always cut this for another Backlash or another Unseal. 4 Permafrost. They're in here to get damage in, mainly with Feast Caller, because he's just a really good card, and if you can attack with this guy 2 times, you're usually in a pretty good position. 2 Annihilates. The main reason I'm only running 2 Annihilates is there's too many multi-faction units running around right now, so a lot of the times Annihilate's not going to be the best card, but it's going to be able to punish some of the slower mid-range decks, say Praxis or Combray or something like that. They're going to spend their entire turn playing Sandstorm Titan or anything bigger than that, and you just kill it and they get no value. That's the plan there. For Argenport Instigator, he actually feels like the weakest unit in the deck almost all the time, so if I was going to make some changes with the units, I would start here. A single Backlash and a single Unseal, and I'm going to explain these 2 together because they're most of the times they're going to fill the exact same role. The Backlash is here because it can negate a spell and say destroy Runehammer or something like that. That's why I'm running the one of this. And the Unseal, it does exactly what this does minus the damage. However, you can negate a curse, so that's why I'm only running 1 of each. I don't want to be running too many negate things, so I'm only running 1 off, 1 off, and 1 off. 2 Lightning Storms, because even though we are kind of aggro mid-range, there are multiple decks that are faster than ours, and this kills exactly 0 units in our deck. Kills nothing. Our weakest units are Dream Snatcher and Instigator, and they both have 3 toughness. So Dreamcatcher is it's a 2-drop with 3 toughness. It has lifesteal, which is cool here, and the other part of the ability comes into play sometimes, but not that often, because I don't run a lot of discard spells in here. I'm running Devastating Setback. Sometimes they will use Quarry or something else on themselves, but besides that, he probably won't grow too big unless you get its ultimate off. But with something like Champion of Cunning, he can get quite big, and with lifesteal, he can keep you alive. Strategize, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're facing a mid-range or control deck, Strategize can be a really nice way to get rid of Lightning Storm or get rid of Instigator or whatever else is going to be dead in that matchup. Devastating Setback is a better Lightning Storm for the most part. That's how I would describe it. And the reason I'm not just running 4 Devastating Setbacks is 1, it costs 3, so by the time you play it against the really aggressive decks like Skycrag aggro or or Stonescar aggro, you could have taken a lot of damage already. And the second reason is there's a lot of Rain of Frogs going around right now, so splitting your cards, having cards that do almost the exact same thing but with different names, can be very useful to you. So 2 of this and 2 Lightning Storm. That's the reason for the split, those 2 reasons. Wisdom of Elders, self-explanatory. Double Death Strike and double Feed in Time. And the reason for this is Death Strike is a fast spell. That's the only reason I am not running 4 Feed in Time. But all things being equal, Feed in Time is a stronger removal spell, because it deals with things more efficiently, more effectively I should say, than Death Strike does. They won't be coming back with any abilities. For Rindra, it's a 5/5 for 4. Even if they silence it, the Nightfall triggered, and it's a 5/5 for 4 on the field. For Torgov, he's kind of fallen off because of the meta, but he's still a solid card. He's a 4/5 for 4, and he can get really big really quickly in this deck. And for Champion of Cunning, this is the strongest unit in the deck. It's really hard for a lot of decks to deal with this card if you wait until you have the 5 Primal Influence before you play him. He requires 2 removal spells. Something like Runehammer does not kill him unless you tutored for it or you pumped it in some other way. You know, he flies. It's just a really good card, and he makes your units really big really quickly, left unchecked. And then for Feast Caller, as I said, it's just a really good card. If they can't deal with it, it can attack without being blocked and killed. It's really good. And then for basic sigils, we have 3 Primal and 3 Shadow. We're running the full playset of Waystones because it's just way too strong. A lot of devastating setbacks and sabotages going around, and this card just comes in handy there. Running the full playset of the Amethyst Waystone as well. Nightfall is really good in this deck. You get a second chance or a third chance to give Rindra lifesteal and overwhelm, and you're also taking away your opponent's life total while drawing an extra card. Of course they draw an extra card as well, but that's a risk you're willing to take in a deck like this. For Crest of Cunning, it just really helps to smooth out your draws, and it gives you both your influences. Felon Banner gives you both your influences, and Seed of Cunning also gives you both your influences. So that's the deck, and we're gonna jump in. As I said, hopefully we get to Diamond 2 here. I know I'm only about 2 games away from it, but you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when you're gonna go on a little bit of a losing streak or something like that. So it'll be when I get to Diamond 2 or 5 games, whichever comes first. Alright, so we're in the play here. I'm gonna keep this on the play. The reason I'm gonna keep this on the play is I have multiple options on turn 2. I can Dream Snatcher on turn 2 or Strategize, and if he sabotages away Strategize, then I just straight up play this. Okay, I'm gonna go Dream Snatcher, especially if this is the control variant with Tavrod and all that stuff. I'd rather have a 2/3 out first. Interesting. This might be, yeah, I was just gonna say this might be triple faction gunslingers. Well, let's attack for 2. That's why we attacked first before playing any of the other things. Okay, so we couldn't play any of these that turn, but I'd rather have him still have to deal with this. And even if he plays another gunslinger here, that's pretty good. I was going to say, even if he plays another gunslinger here, we would have been able to... I'm going to do this. We would have been able to get some damage in. How do I want to do this? Right, I'm going to bottom this card. So I will be on 4 power next turn anyways. I'm going to bottom that as well. I don't think it's going to be very useful in this matchup. He's really going all in on this card. It's going to seem weird, but I'm going to attempt to kill this now. Because the ultimate hadn't gone, the gunslinger ally had not gone off yet, and I didn't want it to get more toughness where this does not kill it. Yeah, I'm gonna play Ranger, and the reason I'm gonna play Ranger over Tavrod is it dies to less stuff. It also allows me to draw an extra card and to ping this. If he attacks, I won't block. As I also have lifesteal. So if he has to attack this and torch it, that's good for me. Alright, so we're gonna attack back. Excuse me. We're gonna go Instigator, and we're gonna keep Nightfall going. Nice. It's pretty good here. I do like that he went all in. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the damage. The reason is if I draw undepleted power here, I'm in a good position. Unfortunately, I did not draw an undepleted power. So I'm gonna kill that. And I'm gonna attack for 3. I'm dead to a lot of things here. I wanted to draw the undepleted power, that way I could have held up Backlash or Annihilate. The other thing I could have done is kept this back, but pretty much this. That would not have kept me alive. Just gonna pass the turn. I'm not in the best position. Nice. Alright, end of turn. Have to strategize. I have no choice. Alright, so he doesn't have Deadly yet. If he gets Deadly, I can't block it. That also doesn't. It's kind of rough. We had a really awkward start there, and they played that pretty well. I think I should have killed his first unit a bit earlier, the turn before. But I didn't realize that he really just was putting everything on there. He's kind of playing Voltron there because he didn't have anything else. Or didn't want to play anything else, I should say. I'm going to bottom that, because right now what we need is power. I think I know what I'm facing here. It looks like Chalice. I know it sounds weird saying that so early. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the reason I said it is because he's played 2 different banners as his first 2 cards. That's why I'm thinking it's Chalice. I'm gonna, while he's on 3 power, I'm gonna go in his hand, and there's the Chalice. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna scout first. I do want that 5th power, and then I'm gonna strategize. And out of all the removal, I think Permafrost is the worst one here. I can use this to take Channel at a later time. For now, I'm just gonna put this out. I believe he had Vanquish, but I'm fine with Vanquish. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna put out champion here. That's bad timing. Alright. Do you have another vanquish? Not yet. So we're definitely gonna be attacking. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of channel now. And we're gonna kill this now as well. There's no point in waiting until it's his turn when he gets an extra power off the top of his deck. It's not worth doing that. Alright. I mean, there's no point not attacking. Even if he doesn't have harsh rule there. This can't block my flyer anyways. We're gonna put Feast Caller down. It blocks this and it has Aegis, which means if he does draw harsh rule, he would need another effect, which would be that. What are you gonna hit? The one thing I've learned is people favor this card so much. This is the second time I've seen someone do something similar where they went after this instead of the 5/5 that can pump your entire team. It's so weird to me. I feel like the right thing to silence there would have been this one, but that's my opinion. Because right now they have no blocker for this. None. And I know I could have played a Ranger there. Either way, I'm going to be giving them an extra draw to draw into a harsh rule. So I just chose not to. It's not like I'm under any pressure anyways. And just attack for 5 again. Do you have... Okay. Still going to hold on to Ranger. I'm just going to play another flyer. He has no cards. And he needs 2 things to get rid of this. That's pretty good. Okay. It's a space. He's a 2, so he has to block everything. Which means he cannot kill Jotan. And we will put Ranger out now. Reason being we have a unseal in hand even if they could draw removal. Start another one, and just so I don't forget how many games I'm in, let's do that. 1-1. Yeah, I'll keep this. I don't like this keep very much, but I do have double shadow influence, triple primal, and I'm on the play. Otherwise I don't really like this. I don't need 2 negates in hand. That was a good draw. That was a really good draw. Praxis, huh? I gotta decide how much I care about this dying to torch. And I think the answer is not that much. I'm gonna bottom this. We're not gonna be facing a lot of curses in Praxis. Yep. Gonna go ahead and draw 2 cards, because if I draw undepleted primal or a depleted primal, I'd rather play that instead of play the Waystone. This might actually be Rod. Okay, so I'm gonna put Feast Caller out. Hopefully he doesn't have a weapon that can kill it. And if he just plays a big body for his turn, never mind. He's gonna go that into Vanquish or Torch. Okay. Not much I can do about that. Let's go Rindra. We'll hold these up. Feels really bad putting Permafrost on a 2-1, but we will if we have to. So they've only used 2 removal spells, which means there's a lot of ways to kill this. Alright, we're gonna Permafrost 1 and attack for 5. This way, if he double blocks in torches or something. Yeah, it's still a 5-5, like I was saying before. It does suck for the lifesteal aspect, but it's still a 5-5. So, we'll kill this. And just pass it back. Five's not too bad. Let's see what's in your hand. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. We'll attack for 5. And we're gonna go ahead and Permafrost that too. That's why we didn't waste all our Permafrost on the 2-1s earlier. Just didn't make any sense. And our life total was pretty decent. We have 6. Yeah, I'm not going to put Torgov out. I'd put Torgov out if I had enough power open to Backlash, but I don't. And I'd hate to go Torgov and he goes Harsh Rule. And I feel like a scrub. So we'll just keep doing this for now. We can deal with Ikaria currently. Yeah. And that's what we're waiting for. Now this is lethal. Okay. GG. Yeah, we just have to be patient there. We played Torgov, lose our board, and just be feeling pretty salty right now. So we only needed 3 games. Would have been 2 if we didn't lose. But yeah, that's the deck I used for Diamond 3 and most of Gold 1. I will have a link to it in the description, and stay tuned for Diamond 2 and Diamond 1. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like down below. And thanks for watching.